The average teen spends around 8 hours and 39 minutes on their phone. Now, I wasn't that bad. I was still in the 4 to 6 hour range, and I was definitely a phone addict. Social media and video games, I was just wasting my time. And now, I'm in full control of my phone. Most of the time spent on my phone is recording videos or learning. It's none of that bad stuff like social media and video games. So I wanted to show you what I did in order to achieve this kind of milestone. I want to show you the settings that I use and how I set up my home screen and what to do in order to take back control of your life and stop wasting years on your phone. The first thing that you want to do is to delete apps. This is probably the easiest one, but also the hardest to stay consistent or stay long term with. So look at all the apps that you think are the most distracting. Look at your screen time and just scroll down and you'll see all the apps that are taking a lot of your time. And ask yourself this question: am I in control of using this app, or does this app distract me? You want to ask yourself these kinds of questions, and if the answer is yes, then just delete them. For me, I tried deleting them, and obviously I would just go back on the App Store and re-download them as soon as I wanted to use them. So another strategy that you could use is to reduce the amount that you use over time, kind of like a progressive deload. The main app that I use is Opal. Opal is like a app blocker, and you can still get it free, but if you pay for that subscription, you get this setting where you basically can't avoid or turn off that blocking schedule. You can still stick to the free version, but if you do, it's a lot easier to just bypass that app blocking schedule, and I found myself doing that a lot. But it's a lot better now. So, download the app and find that time block that you want to set for yourself where all the apps that are distracting you are blocked. And this is where the reducing or the progressive deloading technique comes in. You can use Opal to block the apps that you're really addicted to so that it's easier to help you progressive deload in that phase, so that maybe for 1 week you would reduce it for like 1 hour, so you would block that app for an hour, and then the next week it would be 2 hours, and then 3 hours, and then it comes to a point where you're just used to not using it. Or you can delete the app and then block the App Store, so then it's harder to just impulsively go on the App Store and then download it again. And that's what I use Opal for. I use Opal just to block the apps that I think will distract me a little bit, even though I don't have any social media. I now want to show you the settings that I used in order to help reduce the amount of screen time I have, and also the amount of times I get distracted during work. So, first things first, you want to turn on silent mode. That little bar at the side of your phone, just turn that on. It will make you a lot less distracted when you're working or doing stuff that you want to do. Turning this on will help you get less distracted when you're trying to do some important work, and will help you retain that focus. And I also have do not disturb mode on. That also helps with just the amount of notifications I get and how many they appear on my phone. But I don't really get any notifications anyway because I've turned all of them off. I've turned all notifications off except for iMessages and phone. And when I do have these two notifications on, they don't show up on my screen or my home, like my lock screen. I have to scroll up. I have to scroll up, and then I'll see like that do not disturb tab, and I'll click on it, and then I'll see who messaged me. So as you can see, I'm in complete control over what I see and what I do when it comes to my phone. Next is to turn off Rise to Wake. So you know that thing when you just pick up your phone and it automatically turns off? You want to turn that off. And if you want to be like me, you can turn off Tap to Wake as well. Basically, if you tap the phone, it won't even wake up. You have to click the side button. And that's what I like, but you don't have to go that far. You could always just stay with the Rise to Wake off. And finally, clear your home page. delete all the apps that you don't think are very useful or you don't really use, just to declutter it. I got rid of all the widgets, like, you know, when you swipe right and you see all these widgets like the news and the stock market and all that kind of stuff. I deleted all of that, and I basically just have 3 apps on my home screen, which is the camera app and my Japanese practice apps, and just one widget to show my screen time. That's basically it. And I have it set in a way so that I have to like swipe 3 times in order to get to like that sidebar where you have access to all those apps. And that's it. That's all that I did on my phone to help reduce the amount of screen time and the amount of time I waste on my phone. And obviously the bigger part to this whole thing is your discipline and your willpower. It's a lot of inner stuff, and that takes time. But this is some things that can just help give that 20%. But that 80% is, you know, going that inner journey, self-improvement. But I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope you just went along with me as you change the settings in your phone. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.